Welcome back to See Ya.
See ya!
Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down and the game is tied.
I'm William Rosen.
I'm Jon Burr.
Deep to right field. There it goes! See ya!
Every New York sport, every minute. New episodes every Thursday.
Tune in to See Ya.
A New York sports podcast, which you can listen to on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and Anchor.
You could also watch us on YouTube at See Ya, a New York sports podcast on YouTube. Welcome back to See Ya, a New York sports podcast. Taken from the legendary Michael K. phrase, there it goes, see ya. I'm William Rosen.
And I'm Jon Burke.
And today we're coming back with another New York's news update.
Yes.
A lot has happened in the last week, as much as we can remember in all sports, and especially updates on the draft. We're going to be talking about all of that today.
Yes, we've been a mostly Knicks-centric podcast, which, they're fun to talk about, but I will openly say they're my third favorite team to watch. So, we're going to go. We're going to talk about other things.
For me, they are my first, but that's you. We're just going to put these here. That should work well. And, John, let's just give a little brief update of what happened this week. The Knicks played one game only, and that game was huge. That game was...
No, they played 2 games since the last podcast.
2 games since the last podcast. One game
against the Hornets, and one game against the Celtics.
Against the Celtics, and then there was a non-Knicks game, a Bucks Heat game, which we watched. Big game. The Bucks won that, which allowed the Knicks to get into fourth place. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 4th place.
If they didn't, they would have dropped to 6th place.
Yes.
The Knicks are in 4th place, and it's unbelievable. They had everything happen to them, which needed to happen. They had the 2 wins that they needed. They had the other teams lose. And they're going to be playing this Sunday at 7 p.m. at the Garden against the Hawks, Trae Young and the Hawks.
Yes, very excited. Tom Thibodeau is getting a lot of good media.
Yeah.
The whole team, except for Alfred Paint, and it's getting a lot of good media.
Especially Julius, and now that they're in the actual playoffs, how the Garden is going to be. It's going to be a very large crowd. It's going to be... huge crowd, and I'm lucky. I think I'm going to be a part of that crowd on Sunday night.
It's very fortunate, William.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm very excited. My first game of the season, hopefully, will be then. Other stuff that happened this week. You want to say something about the Yankees?
Yes, the Yankees had a no-hitter by Corey Kluber.
First
I
time.
will have to say it's going to be the same for William. This is the first time I've ever seen a Yankee even take a no-hitter that far. During the telecast, they showed a very interesting stat. The last Yankee for Kluber to bring a no-hitter into the 7th inning was Phil Hughes in 2010 at Oakland.
Do you know when the last Yankees no-hitters were?
It was David Cohen, 1999.
That's the last Yankee no-hitter.
Yes, it was a perfect game.
That's crazy. There have been only 3 perfect games, and 1999, July 18th, from David Cohn. It was the 12th no-hitter of Yankees history.
Yes.
I believe that's the 11th person to accomplish that. Allie Reynolds had it twice. And it was a really great performance. 1 walk away from getting a perfect game.
Yeah, and the walk, it was a 4-pitch walk, but I always say, it's a superstitious thing, although it's sort of stupid. Whenever there's the first hit or first walk of the game, there goes the perfect game, there goes...
He always says that. You do always say that.
Yeah, as a joke, but this time, it became reality.
Mm-hmm. We're a fantasy!
It becomes reality!
Derek Jeter!
Yeah, okay. That's enough. But...
it's crazy that we were talking that it happened to Kluber. You said it could have happened to any other guy. Herman, it could have happened to...
and he was so... he was emotional. I wouldn't say he wasn't emotional on the field. He was happy, but on the interview...
Oh, and we'll talk about that. It was crazy. Of course, his nickname is what? Kluber? Robot? I don't know.
The Kluber.
The Kluber. He doesn't have a normal sense of emotion. I think that's a good thing.
No, he does. It's just like he is for himself. I mean, a lot of people have that. It's just not...
Because
if he was not playing, he's really not a New York person now. He's really not.
he's more like a small market team.
It's fortunate that he's a good player.
The thing is, though, that I mean, the last pitch, Higashioka ran to him and they embraced, and he was, you saw a smile. And then Meredith came over and started interviewing. How was your heart racing when the ball was hitting the right field for Tyler White? What do you say? He was like, yes, I appreciate my teammates' work. But, like, with a straight face, it just is so, like, unexpected.
I know, it was pretty funny.
That's his, I think that's one of his, I think it's his best game in at least 2+ years.
Well, yeah, he hadn't pitched in 2+ years, basically. As the Yankees broadcast keeps on telling us.
Like we
I love the S broadcast, but the one thing, it's sort of the same with the Knicks, they're very repetitive.
Very repetitive. But I think it's not like a repetitive national broadcast, because at national broadcast, they act like you don't know anything, because they have to assume that you don't know anything. Because they'll always give, basic info. I think that yes, and MSG don't give like the basic, like they won't.
No. But
they won't restart every. Like they won't say like, oh look, Kevin Knox from Kentucky.
No, they say no. I mean, they say like the same things. Like Clyde hasn't said something original, and how long has he been broadcasting for?
Well, I just think that's his.
That's him.
Thing.
Remember when Michael Beasley was like, I was the best player in the world, and like whenever he was born.
Yeah.
So
but they don't. It's that, but it's not background information that they're going to give.
No.
That's what's the difference between national broadcasts. They'll be like, they won't say has had a good season.
I disagree actually. In the NFL, like you talk about
the NFL, every game is a national broadcast.
Huh?
Every game is not a regional game. I mean, it's a regional, but it's not its own station.
You're right. You are true about that. But they don't. It's like on Sunday Night Football, if the Chiefs are playing, you're gonna be like Mahomes from Texas Tech.
Yeah, but
plays quarterback.
Mahomes. It's not. They're gonna. But if they're talking about
like these minuscule players,
like Alec Burks, or they're talking about like Chioza or someone like that.
Okay.
Same page. Kluber had an excellent game, and the AL East this year is powerful.
Crazy. And the Rays just made a trade.
The Rays just traded Willie Adames, who really was
a Yankee killer.
A Yankee killer last season.
His whole career, it seems like every player on
Tampa Bay,
the Yankee killer, except for
especially G-Man.
Yeah, except for like Yandy Diaz, who's a good player. I don't think he's.
I think he's still with them. The catcher with no gloves.
Zunino?
Was it Zunino? Yeah.
I don't know if he has no gloves, but that guy is nasty. He is the ultimate home run. Like, you know how they were like saying the whole Rangers broadcast, the 3 true outcomes of Joey Gallo, like home run, walk, and strikeout.
Yeah.
Like Zunino is the like epitome of that.
AL East is led by the Red Sox this year, and it's just so close. You have the Red Sox, the Rays, Yankees, Blue Jays, all within.
Yes, they're all very close.
And then Orioles, who are not even. You're right there.
Yeah, I'm okay. So I'm just going my eye.
We're all for eye health here at the See It podcast.
Thank you.
The Rays are looking really good. The Yankees are putting it back together, at least recently. I want your opinion on this, and this is the first time we've talked about this. What do you see now that today, breaking news, Aaron Hicks is getting hand surgery? What do you think about the moves that they should make, call up, change, rotation-wise?
That's an interesting question. I was just going to ask you that. I actually did some research on some available players.
Okay.
I saw Ken Rosenthal last night, as Trevor Bauer calls him, the national blogger.
Mr. Bowtie.
Yes, Mr. Bowtie himself, on his secondary channel, Fox, because he works for Athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And he said we're talking about Delino, the Shields, and like
I saw that on Twitter.
Like whatever. I don't want.
He's a fast guy, Delino.
Yeah, that's great. He doesn't. I don't really want him. So I'm looking at these major league guys. Joel Sherman wrote a column in the Post. Like, he had Byron Buxton in there. Like, what a joke. They're not trading Byron. But I mean, I would trade a lot for Byron Buxton. One name to keep an eye on. I like Starling Marte. We had him last year on like our eyes. I like him.
Well, now
I don't wait. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think they're gonna bring. They could bring up Florial, but I wouldn't do that. He's
Straight from AA?
He's
Or
in
no, he's
Triple
AAA
A.
now.
He has. I was looking at the MILB app today for other reasons, and I saw that he's hitting like 190.
And didn't, what's his name? What's the, was it left field outfielder Ryan Lamar? Did he just get injured?
Yeah, he got injured. Although, I don't really. That was an unpopular call up. Yeah, they would have rather. I don't even know who else they should have brought.
They have a lot of stuff to do now.
They should have brought up Socrates Brito.
And what do you think about Frazier? What do you think?
He's hurt.
I know, but what do you think?
I don't know. He's got.
I'll go down the rotation. You give me your player that you think right now.
About what?
Like rotation. Who's hitting 1? Who's hitting 2? With the injury currently.
Who's hitting 1?
No, I mean, who do you think is going to replace Hicks?
Well,
how long do you think he's out? Did they give an update?
Yeah, I know. That's a long time. Well, Gardner's going to replace him.
Yeah, but then.
Well, they need the bench player. Well, then that's the line. That's probably what they're thinking. But if they're doing that, they should just bring up Florial.
And John, we talked about Florial on June 6th, so we'll, I believe, have another podcast beforehand. We will be going
to Somerset Patriots game against the Fightin' Phils.
Fightin' Phils, and that's in Somerville or Bridgewater, New Jersey.
At TD
Bank Ballpark.
Yeah.
It's the new AA affiliate. It used to be the Trenton Thunder, right?
Yes, the Trenton. And it's weird now. They're the affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Which
Trenton
makes
Thunder.
Very weird sense.
Which is odd. And the Charleston River Dogs
are no longer
used to be
Yankees.
the low A, or maybe high A, whatever A. Something A. It's always going to be an A.
Which one was the...
And now they're with the River Dogs, and now they're the affiliate of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Ooh. And then what was the one in, was it Brooklyn? Or Staten Island?
The Staten Island Yankees, I think they're still with us.
I think
I think they got cut off, actually.
They changed that.
Yeah, they sued.
They changed that to the draft, right? Didn't they make that the new thing?
I don't know what it is, but they cut them. I think they're no longer a thing.
What is it? What were they? The Brooklyn Yankees? What were
No,
they
it's the Staten Island Yankees.
Staten Island.
Well, no, it's the Tampa Tarpoons.
Tampa Tarpoons, which is low A now, or still high A?
It's low A.
Okay.
So that's definitely low A. So Charleston's high A. Actually, I don't know what the...
I'll just read them out to you.
What's the other A? Oh, the double A is the Hudson Valley...
Well, I'll give them to you right now, okay? You have the... okay, we'll start... Gulf Coast Yankees.
Wait.
The rookie league. Low A is Tampa Tarpoons. Oh, yes. The high A, I told you about this. They switched. I think it was with Charleston. Hudson Valley in upstate New York.
Yes.
In Hudson Valley. And then Somerset, and then Scranton Wilkes-Barre still.
Okay, so I was wrong. I said it was double A. It's high A.
Mm-hmm. Last year was the...
let me guess. I know what it is.
Okay.
Triple A was Scranton. Double A was Trenton.
Mm-hmm.
High A, Charleston.
No. High A was Tampa.
Okay, then low A was Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
And then rookie ball.
Rookie ball was Pulaski. Class A small season was Staten Island. That's on.
Yeah, I said that. You didn't let me say. Oh, never mind. Class A shorts. Okay, look. I don't know.
Well,
there's too many. These guys got
they're
cut
all gone
off.
now.
These guys got cut off.
Yeah.
The DSL Yankees. I don't even know what that means.
Well, we are going to go see them in I think that's going to be a little more than 2 weeks. We're going to be happy to post our experience on our See a Podcast Instagram.
We'll have a review of the ballpark.
We will. We'll do the food review. We'll do a game review. Luis Gil, I hope we'll see him. He's one of the only people I know.
He's starting today, actually.
Who else? Do you know anybody else on the team? Because I think mostly...
I will. I haven't looked at... We'll look at the schedule, I can tell you.
Schedule
roster? I'm telling you, Luis Gil starting today. So that could mean...
He's on the 60-man.
Yeah, he is. Luis Gil, I saw him pitch in Charleston.
All right, so we're going to get a little off track, but we'll do it.
He's pitching today, yeah. He is a 2.53 ERA.
Right. Some of these guys are like Somerset Patriots guys that are
yes.
Luis Gil. Luis Gil.
No. No.
Donnie Sands, I know his name.
No.
Diego Castillo.
Do you know Diego Castillo? Because that's a pitcher on the Rays.
I know, that's why it sounds so familiar.
No. I know Michael Beltray. I know that.
I think some of the guys are still from their last season. They were not affiliated with the
I
MLB.
don't know who these guys. I mean, I know 3 of them.
So
It's very.
we'll be
upsetting.
updating you. That's going to be in 2 weeks. We'll provide some cool content. I'm going to bring some media stuff, maybe my camera, and we'll record some stuff there. It's going to be fun.
They're gonna think we're like the minor league Zach Campbell.
Minor league Zach Campbell. Not even minor league. Even worse than minor league. So Yankees are looking pretty good.
Yeah, the pitching's good. The hitting's not good, but the pitching's good, so it doesn't really matter. So.
We also wanted to say that we are going to be trying to talk more about the playoffs. I think we should talk about the playoffs.
Maybe we should do predictions.
Playoff predictions.
Maybe we can do this right now on the fly.
Yeah, on the fly.
On the fly. Yeah.
You know what we should do before then?
The draft.
The draft, but before then.
Oh yes, Anchor.
Anchor. Let's hear a moment from our sponsor, Anchor. All right, and we're back. Thank you, Anchor, for sponsoring our episode as you always do. You help us provide our distribution and doing all sorts of editing process. It's really helpful. So now,
Anchor. Thank you.
All right, now, John, we're going to talk about you're going to talk about the Jets a little bit. What you liked from the draft. I'm going to let John handle this segment. We'll talk. John's Jets. Take it away.
Yeah, I'm sorry not to completely blast you on your level of Giants knowledge. Not the full Renaissance man one hopes to be, but the Jets had a very, very nice draft. And talk about the Giants first, because I know about the Giants a lot more than you actually. The Giants. Let's talk about the first pick actually. Their first 2 picks.
Kadarius Toney.
Okay, the trade back. I said the trade back would happen.
We have it on video, and if I put it in, it's going to be right here. If I don't, I don't.
Okay. I said trade back. Great trade back. Really, really great. But they're there. They trade back to 20. They get all these picks. Great trade. But they take Kadarius Toney.
Which I think is people are bashing it. Some people do. I think it's a very good pick. I don't know.
Good player.
Too early?
No, not too early. Really bad pick. Just really bad.
Why, though?
Okay. Because I understand they really want Devontae Smith. But that's a completely other category. This guy's just a weapon. Devontae Smith's a wide receiver. Like, they could have taken Quinte Pay, who would have helped their pass rush, and they have a hard time rushing the edge, which they did very well in the second round in addressing that. We'll talk about that later. They could have taken Christian Darrisaw. Great tackle.
You mentioned him on our 2
Yeah,
times ago.
at 20. They could have gotten him at 20. And I talked about it at 11. And then I talked about AVT. The Jets got AVT. I got emotional. That was a great pick.
You mentioned him, and I asked you about him many times. So
I love AVT. That's my boy. Elijah Vera Tucker.
AV.
I said Elijah Vera Tucker on the podcast because I didn't know how to say his name. I forgive you, my brother, but I love you, Elijah. Yes, I like you too, Zach, but Elijah more.
Besides the actual pick of Toney, the trade back was very
great pick.
And
Where are we going? You could have taken Taven Jenkins, who the Bears took in round 2, who I believe they traded up to get him, and you traded back. You didn't even want to address the O-line. Then you could have taken a corner. You could have taken Greg Newsome. Would have been a bit of a reach. I think you could have taken Caleb Farley. I think he was there.
I think it's a very good pick, though. Not very good. I think it's a good pick. I don't know why people are. We were targeting Devonta Smith.
Look, you have Kenny Galladay. You spent all this money on Kenny Galladay. And Darius Slayton on the outside. Those are the guys on the outside.
And then you have
Shepard in the middle, which is fine. Yeah, and Ingram in the middle, who's basically, you could be a slot receiver or on the outside. Now, Coney isn't really a receiver. You can put him anywhere. You can play running back, you can play outside, you can play in the slot. It's just like, it's not a bad player. You can never have too many weapons. It's not like, I mean, I said it was a horrible pick. It's a horrible pick. But it's not like, you could have done much worse. Like, you could have taken, actually, I don't know what would have been worse. But,
I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong, though.
He's a good player. No,
I do think he's a real. I don't know.
I think Elijah Moore is better.
What do you think about him and like not necessarily him, but the whole offensive line? Receiving core with Daniel Jones. Do you think it's that good?
Look, the Giants. They're a good team, but I won't even say that. They're a mediocre team. You guys what do you go 7-9?
Yeah,
and it was
overachieved last year.
Yeah.
I just think it's going to be very tough if you think Daniel Jones is that reliable.
Look, if Daniel Jones, I don't know who you're back for. I think it's Mike Lennon, actually. So.
It is Mike Lennon.
Yeah, look, if Daniel Jones, you guys should have taken, Jamie Newman, in the later round. Jamie Newman's a really good quarterback who, was going to slip. You guys should have taken him. Because if Daniel Jones doesn't perform this year, he's
Daniel
gone.
Jones.
He's gone. I said Daniel Jones.
You said Jalen Jones.
I'm sorry, Jalen. I'm thinking of Jalen Hurts, who's a pretty good quarterback. But if Daniel Jones does not play well, he's out.
Yeah.
And they should have taken a quarterback in the later rounds.
I think if Daniel Jones, I don't know. I really don't think he's going to perform that. We doubted a lot of people. We doubted Luke Voigt. We doubted everybody. But I don't know if he's going to be that guy that Shepard can catch reliably, and Ingram, and he has such really good receiving talent.
Saquon is back, which hopefully he'll return to his normal form, but I doubt it. Which would be sad.
Mm-hmm.
Although I hope for the best, although it's unlikely.
Yeah, for
the only person to ever come back is AP from that sort of injury at the same elite level
of football.
Okay, let me talk about the Jets. Okay, well, one more thing about Giants. I'm going to botch the name, but Aziz Ujulari.
Pardon me?
Aziz Ujulari. I can't say his last name, but it's Aziz. I wanted to potentially pick him at 23 with the Jets.
What did he go to? What pick did he go to?
The second round. The Giants took him in the second round from Georgia. He's really good. That's a really good pick. And you trade back, too, to get him. So you recouped a lot of picks. It was a really...
And I think we stocked up pretty decently stocked up.
Yeah, you got a lot of good picks. That's good. So now the Jets. Zach Wilson, we already talked about. Elijah Vera-Tucker, we already talked about. Emotional, baby. Emotional. It was awesome.
He kept raving about him even
beforehand. Even beforehand, I loved him. Versatility and guard, tackle, he can do everything. Scary. Trench. Gotta kill people.
Where fantasy becomes reality.
Yeah, that was very cool. And the second round, I'm going to say the similar thing with Tony that I said for Moore. Although it's a bit different, because the Giants have weapons. The Jets really don't have weapons. So you can understand the pick. The Jets took Elijah Moore. It wasn't really, it was a need, but not what they needed. I would have taken Asante Samuel Jr., watch him be a stud for the Chargers. I would have taken him. Elijah Moore is a great player. A lot of people had him better than Tony. I thought he was better than Tony. And just Tony, Moore is a good player. But I would have liked Asante Samuel in the third round. They had no third round pick because of the trench. Elijah Vera-Tucker. I trade up to get him.
Do you like that
Elijah.
trade?
I love Elijah.
I know you 7-year-old.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we gave up. I would have given up Sam Darnold's tears.
Oh, Sam Darnold's tears. What about...
Which I hold dearly because I love you, Sammy. But
yeah, you're rocking that.
Sammy
First game.
Yes.
Was Sammy versus Zachy.
Yes. I will
Predictions for that?
We're going to lose. I would love... We're going to get killed. We're a horrible team. But then we picked Michael Carter in the fourth round.
And then, hold on.
The running back. A great pick.
How many Michael Carters, Sean?
Huh?
How many Michael Carters? 2.
And they showed the wrong Michael Carter's highlights.
That was very funny.
And I was like, what's going on? We picked this guy. I really want
Luckily, they didn't show Michael Carter Williams.
Yes.
Because that would be...
Yes. And this is honestly the first time in the middle rounds there's a really good player, all the top of the boards, and your team takes them. That's very rare.
Like the Michael Porter Jr. situation.
Yes.
In the NBA. That's what I would...
And the rest of the picks were...
I'm not wanted to bloat, but I really don't know much about at least past 2. He knows, he watches the whole thing. He watches everything. He knows mostly everything.
Yes.
Especially...
It's the Jets prime time. Then... we took Jamian Sherwood from Auburn. He played weak side linebacker. He's pretty good. Then I can order Jason Pinnock from Pitt. You don't have to say anything. He's just a corner. These guys are special teamers. But then we took Hamza Narladine from Florida State.
Please don't refer to me as that. That was my nickname in college.
Okay, so he was actually a second round talent. He had a torn ACL, so it's unpleasant. And then our last pick was Brandon Nichols from Kentucky.
And your thoughts?
These are all special teamers. They're nothing special. But the Nasruddin guy from Florida State's pretty nice. So I'm happy to draft. Good to draft B+. If they had taken Asante Samuel, it would have been an A.
And the NFL season is going to start in September, and they're already starting with optional trainings that I know. And then there also, did you hear about the tight end camp that is being hosted?
Yeah, I thought that was. I don't know if that's real or not.
Oh, that's right.
I think that's real.
Because I saw Travis Kelce is hosting it. Evan Ingram's going.
Okay, that's cool.
And Tim Tebow is going.
Great.
Harry was invited.
Great.
Tim Tebow. Well, now, John, after your amazing knowledge on the NFL draft, which I proved to know nothing about past the first round.
I'm a sick man watching.
Well, I do the same. I do the same with the NBA.
Well, also, you were a Knicks fan when they were horrible, and I couldn't even watch it. So, and you watched almost every game.
I watch not almost every game. Now, speaking of Knicks, let's get into more of the NBA side for this New York sports.
We're going to briefly talk.
New York news update. We're going to briefly touch upon the whole playoffs and what our predictions on each round are going to be. And that's going to be, of course, we're still not sure about the West play-in for the 8th, but
we're pretty sure. That's tonight.
Let's just talk about that briefly.
How shocked?
This is probably not going to be posted until tomorrow, Saturday. So this will be determined already. It's between Memphis and Golden State, and I was talking about this in school today. I really do think Golden State's going to win, but the only issue is they really have a problem in the big man Golden State with this team, especially Valanciunas, who is a defensive menace and board menace.
Offensive menace. Well, I would be really shocked if Golden State didn't win. Do you want to be a dream? Curry gets a little bit unhappy. He's like, give me to the Knicks. Also, one more thing about the Knicks, very quickly. I saw this trade online. I want to hear your opinion. Very quickly. Okay. We're going to maybe we do this on a poll on our Instagram. Okay. So, the Knicks will get De'Aaron Fox.
Okay, who's been verbally saying he's very unhappy.
Really good.
And unhappy.
I hope he's unhappy. And I hope he's unhappy, but I like him. I hope he's happy in a mental state.
And what are you giving up?
But we give up Mitchell Robinson, who I don't even want to come back in the playoffs. So, that tells me I want him off. IQ, which you're willing to sacrifice for De'Aaron Fox. Obi Toppin, and 3 first-round picks.
No, not happening, John.
My
vote is no. This is going to be on our poll. We'll tag the original creator of this and put this on our poll either today, tonight, Friday night, or Saturday night. My opinion is easy now. That's way too much for De'Aaron Fox. You're getting rid of too much. 3 firsts. I'm not doing that. I think De'Aaron Fox has not. He's good, very good, but not that.
Okay, my opinion. If you throw in Marvin Bagley and you make 2 of those...
They have to give us a pick. I'm not just
really... like a high second. And we get 1 or 2 of these picks protected. I make some adjustments. Marvin Bagley. You traded Robinson for Bagley. Bagley's your center.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, well, I didn't say I'd do it. I just said I'd make a couple adjustments and I'd be very happy.
We're going to post this on our poll.
Well, also, why would you not give up IQ for De'Aaron?
Well, that's not the issue. If I'm giving up IQ for De'Aaron, there's also all this Smith involved. Well, now let's talk about the playoff rounds and our predictions for that. Memphis, Golden State, we both think Golden State's going to win. Pretty sure. We're going to watch the game tonight.
Yeah.
All right, let's start on the west side, if that's all right with you.
Yes, it's totally okay with me. I'm happy to do it.
All right, we'll go down the line 1-8 and then 4-5, 3-6. Starting in our prediction, it's going to be Utah versus Memphis or Golden State, which we're going to base it off Golden State. What do you think? I do think Utah is going to win that one.
Utah in 7.
In 7.
I'm very
And that's if
high.
they play Golden State or if they play Memphis.
Well, I think they might actually sweep Memphis, but I don't know. Memphis, okay. Memphis is a good team if Dylan
They're not playing,
Brooks.
and if they're not playing the Warriors, they're going to.
Yeah, well, they're a good team.
Dylan Brooks and
Grayson Allen.
Slow-mo,
And Grayson Allen
who's shooting very well.
and Desmond Bain. Those 3 guys. Those guys play well. Well,
So you
and a
have-
high. Who wait first? Who's your MVP?
Of the season?
Yeah.
Jokic. Curry is the best player. Jokic is the most valuable player. That's the
I
award.
think it's Curry.
That's the award. It's the most valuable player.
I
Curry has had the
understand
best
that.
season.
I understand that. Where would the Warriors be without Curry? They wouldn't even be a playoff
Maybe 14
team.
seed, but also
But what about Jokic? The Nuggets would be a playoff team.
not first. Not first, but.
Murray, Porter Jr., Aaron
And then
Gordon.
you could also make the argument that D'Angelo Russell could have been MVP that one year with Brooklyn. If you're determining it off of a one person and I'm not defending it, I think that should be its own award, like the most valuable team player or something. I think that there's not enough players that get credited for making their team go where they are. I know the Knicks have Julius Randle, but they also have a supporting cast. Curry doesn't really have a supporting cast. There have been many players in the past without a supporting cast.
It's okay. We just have differing opinions, and that's okay.
Yeah. So I think Utah will win that. He says in 7, which is very possible. And
I'm
Curry
very big Curry guy.
Curry could pull it out. I think he could pull it out in 7.
And they almost beat the Lakers, who are extraordinarily better than them.
People thought they were going to win.
I thought they were going to win. They're extraordinarily better than them, the Lakers.
So they're pushed into the second round, and then Los Angeles Clippers and Dallas. I have the Clippers winning that one.
Clippers in 6.
Clippers in 6. Denver versus Portland. Denver is winning that.
Denver in 7.
7. Phoenix, Los Angeles.
Wait,
Lakers.
a little bold prediction. Damian Lillard will average 45 points in that series. Oh, over under 5.
Very reasonable.
Yeah.
And a Cantor will average 12 points.
Yes,
Phoenix, Lakers. I have Lakers in 5.
I have Lakers in 6.
I think the Lakers are.
I'm very upset for the Phoenix guys. It's
Mhm.
very unfortunate
Cedar.
for them.
All right. So now let's keep going on the West until we get to the winner of the West. We have Utah and Los Angeles Clippers. I have Los Angeles winning that in 6.
Yeah, I agree. Los Angeles in 6.
So we have the Clippers, and then the next one we have Portland, Los Angeles Lakers.
No. Denver.
Denver, Los Angeles Lakers. Thank you. I'm gonna say Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6. All right. So then we just have Lakers and Clippers.
And they lost games to avoid them, and they still play them.
I'm gonna go. Tough.
But let me wait. Before we go on, we both just said. Well, I said the Warriors would beat the Lakers in that one game. The Lakers, I don't know how good of a team they are, but they have way too much talent to lose in a 7-game series against anybody. So, actually, let me rephrase that. They have too much talent to lose. It's going to take a lot. And the Warriors are Curry can't. They really have no one else.
So Lakers or Clippers? I'm going Lakers 6.
Lakers in 5.
5. All right. So let's just keep that. We have Lakers in the final.
Yeah, we agreed
left
with
side.
every single thing.
And we'll be doing the East now. All right, and now let's do the Eastern Conference playoffs. Washington became the 8th seed after beating Indiana, and Boston beat Washington beforehand to obtain 7.
Yeah.
So let's start 1-8. Philly, Washington in round 1. I have Philly winning in 5.
I got my first sweep. Philly in 4.
Russell and Bradley count the whole team, especially my favorite player right now, Robin Lopez, has looked really good.
It's not Ish Smith?
Ish Smith, who they always remind us to be on 12, 13 teams.
That's Clyde's favorite player.
Yeah, and now they say it on national TV too. So we have Philly advancing in 5 and 4 respectively. Knicks, Hawks, bias? Yeah. Knicks, 6.
This is no bias. Knicks in 7. It's either gonna be Knicks or in 7 or like Hawks in like 5. It's not the Knicks are not gonna blow them out, but I can see in a world where the Hawks can blow us out.
If they're shooting, if Bogdanovich starts hitting, if Trey hitting, if Collins hitting,
I could see them blow us out. I could possibly even see a sweep, but I don't. If they
we wouldn't sweep them, they could sweep us.
No, yeah, they just have so much more talent.
And not talent, shooting. We have good shooting, but it feels like Trey shoots, makes. Collins makes. Everybody makes.
And also, an underrated part, Trey averages like 9 assists.
That sounds right. It's good.
But yeah, I don't hear anyone talking about that.
Well, we're moving on with the Knicks. Milwaukee, Miami. This is my first real upset. Miami in 6.
Okay, before I say anything, I'm apologizing for me constantly itching my nose. The mask is making me itch. Sorry.
Itch Smith? And that's my first upset. Miami in 6.
It's interesting. I also have Miami in 7. I don't know. We did not discuss these prior.
I swear to Jesus.
We did not discuss these prior. This is really just how it is.
We have that same basketball mind. So we have Miami moving on. And then Brooklyn, Boston. I have Brooklyn in 4.
Brooklyn in 5.
I think people are underplaying Brooklyn. I just think it's so silly when Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie, Bruce, Stramick, Harris, Jordan.
I got it.
Gioza. Okay, so we have them moving on. Philly, Knicks. Philly, 6, and that's
Philly in 5.
Of course, me and you, we would die to see the Knicks get past Philly. But
I would die to see him get past Atlanta.
Yes, but it's very unreasonable for us to think like that. So, and personally, in our not Knicks mind, think that Philly would win. I say 5 or 6?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you said 6.
I said 6.
I said 5.
All right, so we have Philly moving on to the 3rd round. Miami, Brooklyn. Say Brooklyn in 5.
Brooklyn in 7.
7? You see him getting that
I
far?
very much enjoy the Heat.
Do you think who? Okay, I'm gonna give matchups. Kyrie is guarded by Dragic. Oh no, he comes off the bench. Kyrie, who? None. Harden, Butler.
Yeah.
And then KD, Chua, not Chua. KD,
Trevor
Ariza. They're very similar players.
Look, it doesn't matter if it's a lot of experience. I think the Heat. Look. If it weren't the Heat, I think the Heat are like.
I think the Heat are the 3rd best.
I think
it's really. I wasn't even just saying that to copy them.
I know. We said at the same time. I think they're 3rd best team easily. I mean, they would sweep us easily sweep us.
They could sweep the Washington. They could sweep Atlanta. Maybe not Atlanta.
It would not be close. They would sweep us.
I'm glad we did not play.
Yeah, I think that's our worst matchup. My apologies.
All right, so we have. I said Brooklyn in 6. You say Brooklyn in 7 against Miami. So Philly.
I think you said Brooklyn in 5.
Brooklyn in 5.
I think you said that.
So we have Philly.
Against
Brooklyn. This is my real take here. Brooklyn in 5. I think Philly manages to get one game. I really do think people are really downgrading that it's freaking KD, Harden shooting, and then you have Joe Harris and then Kyrie. Defense is getting better. People are downplaying it, so I think it's silly. I would think Philly is actually not. I know Tobias Harris has looked good, but I genuinely think Brooklyn 5.
Philly in 6.
Philadelphia in 6.
Our first discrepancy. Philadelphia in 6.
You hear that?
Yeah. Our first discrepancy.
And is that only if they play Brooklyn, or do you think that if they play some other team in that East Finals?
I don't remember where they played or making the finals.
Okay. Philly over...
I believe in
wait,
Philly.
I'm sorry. Philly over the Nets, no matter what.
I mean, no matter what.
They're making the finals, like, even
Yeah, Philly's making the finals no matter what. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, after the Knicks, after the, Heat, no one can defend them. It's like, no one can defend, the Heat can defend them, the Nets cannot defend them at all.
The Lakers?
Not in the Eastern Conference.
Who are you talking about?
The Sixers.
Okay.
The Heat can defend them.
Especially now with the
I'm gonna tell you, I think the Knicks and the Heat are the only two teams that can possibly beat the Sixers, given how they...
Who would defend the wings, like
Embiid?
Curry?
I'm talking... What do you mean? Curry, okay. First of all, Curry is not a threat with the ball.
No,
It's
he's a
attached to
threat,
you.
yeah.
So it's not like someone needs to guard him.
Mm-hmm.
The person you need to guard is
Embiid and Harris.
Yeah, Embiid and Harris. Yes, we have Bullock and...
Burks?
Yeah, no. Bullock and Noel. They can deal with Embiid. And they can double Embiid. The Heat have Bam and they have Jimmy.
And then they have a chew off the bench, and they also have Ariza.
Look, I don't think. Look, it's not like a defamation of the Nets. It's just the way their team is built, and given that the Sixers' best player is a center, it's a lot. And Ben Simmons is really big. The one thing the Nets do not have,
There's a big, small guy.
they don't have size, except for the KD, who's the
And-
ultimate
and
size
Claxton.
player. Yeah, and Jordan, but Jordan's size, but he can't move.
He can't move. He's slow. He's not. And then finals. I have who did I say? I have Nets, Lakers, and you have Sixers, Lakers.
Yeah.
For me, I'll give my opinion and yours. You want to do that?
Okay.
On his opinion, he has Sixers, Lakers. I say Lakers in 6. What do you think about that?
I think Lakers in 7. I hate to say it. I don't really like LeBron, but I mean Lakers not gonna lose.
What do you think about mine? Nets, Lakers.
Your Nets, Lakers, Lakers.
For me, I have Nets in a good 7 matchup.
Well, I thought the best chance for them to even lose a game or series in this whole thing was the Warriors game, because the Warriors might be the best one-game team. I mean, you can't. It's Curry, you know.
He really just makes everything.
It's the same thing with Brooklyn. I mean, they're very... I mean, in one game, how good can they be? It's just like they have so much talent.
Mm-hmm.
It's like... In one game, the Knicks could have... Look, the Knicks would get obliterated by the Nets. It's just like in one game, anything can happen. All you have to do is shut down one player.
Especially this season, everything... You can lose anything.
Yeah, it's like basketball is a lot more like baseball here, where you can lose any
time around. Football, it's more evenly predicted.
Yes.
So we will get back next week. More playoff updates. Lots of stuff happening. MLB, NBA, and not much right now.
Possibly, maybe next episode. But quick awards predictions.
Quick awards predictions. That's a good idea.
Okay.
But
Start with. You want to do that now or?
No, we'll do that next week.
Okay.
But for now, we're looking forward to watching the Knicks and the whole playoffs. I'm going to be watching every game. I don't know about him, but
Of course, I'll be watching every game.
not Knicks. I mean every playoff game.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
But for now, want to take us out or?
Well, we always do the same takeout. You know, it's a bit too old for that.
All right.
You know, we gotta change it up.
Okay. Oh, I got it. We here.
Yeah, we here.
We here.
Wait, to play us out. Wait, to give us out.
Oh yeah. To play us out. We here. Knicks are here. Julius is here. He's getting his hair braided.
Yes.
Everything's
Theo's
good.
making it happen.
But we are the New York Knicks.
We are New York Knicks. New York Knicks. Go New York.
Go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go! Say go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go! like this, we ain't never looked sharper. With Hubert, Bonner, Gray, and Harper, it's the Knicks, and we're back on pace. Everyone's gearing up for the championship race, and the fans are going crazy, and they're doing it for a reason. Cause 94 is the Knickerbocker season. You better believe the Knicks got all that it takes. We're shooting 3-pointers, and we're running fast breaks, and if your defense makes a mistake, then bam! You're dunks in your face. This is a team you don't wanna miss.